See, do you know what they named this thing? The Newcastle Big Boy. See, crocs are ambush predators.
Do I want to know why that content creator was snuck in there for a second?
Koalas are really dumb.
The first video I will be reacting to is a MoreParz compilation. So I'm guessing there's going to be an arachnophobia warning because, you know, Australia and spooters. So if you're arachnophobic, please keep that in mind. All right. We shall begin. And we start.
But recently we found a new one, because of course we fucking did. And the new one is the most certified Australian moment I've ever seen. For a bit of context, one of the several thousand spider species we are home to is the Sydney funnel web.
10,000 spiders? 10,000 spiders? Oh snap! Damn, I love spiders and snakes and all that good stuff. 10,000 spiders! Damn. I know some people who will not be ever visiting Australia if they have a chance. Oh, damn.
The deadliest spider on the planet. Because of course it's down here. Where the fuck else did you think you were going to find it? These scary looking fuckers are highly venomous and can flatline you with a bite in 50.
Okay, sorry. Again, chat, if you have arachnophobia, don't watch this fucking video. This is great. Look at the little pincers. He goes a little hi. Hey, I'm totally venomous. I'm gonna stab you, you know? But it'd be cute. It'd be dancing cute. Spiders are hell demons. Kill them all. Oh no.
Highly venomous and can flatline you with a bite in 15 minutes.
Ooh,
and if you think
sounds like a
thick
challenge.
Clothes will save you, be aware the bastards have fangs long enough to punch through shoe leather. Now, why do I bring these little nightmares up? What is the one thing worse than a spider rocking armor-piercing rounds that can send you to heaven with same-day delivery?
Excuse me. My service doggo decided to give his 2 cents by burping next to me. He's crazy. They gave the spider a fucking sniper. What the fuck? Oh my god.
A bigger spider rocking the same perk setup. That's right, Australian scientists have found a brand new species of this funnel web that is even bigger. How much bigger? Well, the standard Sydney funnel web grows to...
But hold on. So they're saying that the deadliest spider, they found a new species, but it's the deadliest spider but bigger? Interesting. Okay.
To around 5 centimeters or 2 inches. And I mean, if you're asking
yes,
me,
we did.
2 inches is...
Yes, we did. Well, hello and welcome. And oh my god, okay.
More than enough. 2 inches is actually fucking huge. By comparison...
You hear that, chat? 2 inches is actually fucking huge. Remember that.
This is the new one. It's twice the fucking size, cunt. 4 inches of 8-legged menace to the animal kingdom. But that isn't even the best part. See, do you know what they named this thing? Do you know what professional scientists named a supersized version of the most dangerous spider on the entire
It's got to be something cute. It's got to be something cute.
The Newcastle Big Boy. Deadliest spider on the entire fucking globe. Big Boy.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, Newcastle just makes me think like a burger. So this is just like a supersized burger. It's a supersized big, supersized burger. Spider. Ah.
Only in Australia. Platypus are weird, but I'm not sure you quite understand just how fucking weird. See, everyone knows the basics. They lay...
Okay, so my note of the platypus, because I used to love the platypus before it became like a whole animated show, is it's the only mammal, from my understanding, that lays like hard eggs. Like, I say hard because, like, you know, eggs obviously are internal most of the time for female species. In this case, it lays the eggs. What the fuck?
The eggs, they sweat milk, and they look like God hit randomizer on the spore creature creator and just called it a day. But you see, mate, that's barely even scratching the surface of weird platypus features. First up, as is the qualifier for any Australian animal, did you know they're venomous? No, I'm not fucking.
Oh yeah, I
with you.
think
You
I
heard
did
me
hear
correctly.
that.
Male platypus actually have venomous spurs on their hind legs. These spurs
Oh,
are multi-purpose,
I didn't know
acting as
that.
defense from predators, as well as a tool for throwing hands with other male platypus during mating season. And while their venom is non-lethal, that doesn't mean that getting stung by them doesn't fucking suck. See, platypus venom can cause extreme pain and swelling, and to ensure you remember not to fuck with them again, these effects can last for several months and have no treatment or anti-venom. So if Perry stabs your shit, your only option is to cry about it. Next.
Okay, so not only, Chad, did we learn that platypuses are venomous, which if you didn't know, now you know. They don't bite you, which, you know, they had bills, so like whatever, but like they use their hind legs, and of course it's because they had to fight and get the best female so they have the best eggs, because, you know, I'm dying.
Next on the list of offensive capabilities, I shit you not, platypus share the same hunting method as sharks. You see, that big ass bill isn't just for show, as it contains enough surveillance equipment to make the CIA blush. Possessing the ability to sense changes in pressure in the water, but most importantly, containing electroreceptors that track.
Wow, they really are very much like sharks. That is crazy work. Crazy work.
Electrical signals from muscle contractions made by their prey. Meaning that when whatever they're chasing starts quaking in fear, they know about it.
Yep.
And last but not least, as if those things weren't already unbelievable, we recently discovered something new. Platypus are fucking biofluorescent. They're
biofluorescent? They're like... My brain just went, we're not talking about bioluminescent, we're talking about like Avatar. And I'm just like,
glow. If you hit these things with a black light, they go bright fucking green. And the best part of that is, we have no clue why they do it.
What the fuck?
I guess it just means Perry was a biblically accurate platypus man. I'll give up, man. Who fucking designed this thing?
This is great. I like this so far.
Stepping on this rock could straight up paralyze you.
Oh.
That's because this
Fish?
isn't actually a rock. That is a stonefish, a species of underwater menace native to Australia. And coming as a surprise to absolutely no one, it is also the most venomous fish in the ocean. Because of course it is. As if the fucking snakes and spiders weren't enough, now I can get packed up.
I like how every time he talks about spiders, they're doing that like circle dance, and it's cracking me up, man.
By a pet rock. But why is this Pokemon reject such a threat to my mental health? We see stonefish use their special venom for defense. However, unlike most other animals that do this little f***er doesn't have the decency to dress like a neon sign to warn you. No. This bastard is a 6th prestige prop hunt veteran, having evolved some of the most impressive camouflage in the animal kingdom to make...
That actually is pretty fair, because like you have like the poison, is it the poison dart frog? You have like all these things that literally are like warning I'm venomous, and this fucker over here is like, step on me and it'll be the last thing you do. That's crazy.
Make hunting easier. And once they've set
he
themselves
just
up,
hit him.
they are basically indistinguishable from Patrick Starr's house. Now, this is a fairly major problem, as they love to live in the shallows on the beach.
Oh,
and that venom
no.
we talked about earlier is stored in these 13 giant, highly toxic spines that deliver venom when pressed on. You can probably see where I'm going with this. Considering it's hard enough to spot these things while you're paying attention, if you were, say, on a romantic walk along the beach with one of the homies,
Oh no!
and while distracted by his ethereal beauty, weren't paying too much attention to where you were walking, it would be very easy to place your foot in the wrong spot and step directly onto 13 hypodermic needles, which would then deliver a ginormous dose of neurotoxin straight into your system. Oh, you thought it was normal venom? No. You see, these things maxed out the toxin skill tree, producing a mixture of 2 neurotoxins that can flatline you by collapsing your heart and lungs in under an hour. And they've...
You thought you had to watch out for the spiders. You thought you had to watch out for the sharks. You thought you had to watch out for the... Nope, we got fish. You got fish. And I just walking on the beach. You fucked.
Even if you survive, the sting still causes extreme pain, swelling, and tissue necrosis. Because this is Australia, where even the f***ing scenery is trying to one-shot me.
Kumo.
This bird can straight hit you with a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Finish him.
Introducing
Oh, now the
cassowary,
birds?
a species of ratite native to the land down under. And for once, guys, it's not venomous. Can still
This reminds me of an emu with the head coloring of a peacock and the, I don't know what did you call it, it's not a gill, it's not the giblets, I can't remember, but the thing hanging from its neck, it reminds me of a turkey. So it's like an emu, turkey, peacock.
flatline you though, and I'm going to tell you how. You see, these neon chickens belong to the same family of birds as the emu, and as such share their impressive size.
Emu,
coming
okay.
in a solid 79 kilos and growing up to 6 feet tall, meaning the short kings in my audience could, in theory, mount these things like a chocobo. But what makes them stick out from emus? Well, you see, the cassowary is basically a spec ops emu.
I also know some short kings in this chat. It seems like they got new mounts unlocked.
Being twice the weight, highly territorial,
Oh, damn.
and most importantly, coming with a combat knife strapped to their
Ooh,
foot. That's
are they
right,
like
this
chickens?
is a cassowary claw, and it's the reason they can hit you with a fighting game finisher. You see, these claws are a full 5 inches long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Honestly, 5 inches, way too big for anything, and especially for something that's going inside me. And if you anger the tactical assault turkey, that is
See, he also agrees 5 inches is way too big for anything going inside him.
exactly what you're gonna get, as their go-to defense method is to kick you square in the gut with that kitchen knife and attempt to disembowel you. And I mean, even if a kick doesn't
Ooh.
put your insides on the outsides, that kick is still going to send you flying, which can cause some fairly major problems. Problems like the incident that occurred in 2012, where I you not, a cassowary ran up behind a random tourist, hit the heavy attack button, and kicked the guy down a small cliff into the ocean. Well, luckily he survived, but the fact that I live in a country where at any point I could be hit with a sneak attack by a kaiju turkey is terrifying.
I'm dying, Chad. I'm dying so. Oh my god, that's great. That's great. That's great.
Touching this plant will put you in the hospital.
Of course.
This is the Gimpy plant, a piece of
The-
foliage native to the...
Gimpy. Okay. My editing kitten's gonna come behind me and probably do this. Wasn't there somebody on iCarly that was named something similar to this? Or am I just fucking nuts? I'm probably fucking nuts. I swear to God, there was some kid that was named or nicknamed something that sounded like that. But, you know, we just keep going.
land down under. And
You love this plant? What the fuck?
surprising no one, not only is the thing venomous, it is in fact the most painful plant on the planet. Because yeah, no, of course, man, even the fucking leaves down here have a problem with me. Growing in the rainforests of northern Queensland, these hell bushes are covered in tiny hairs that upon closer inspection aren't hairs at all and are actually thousands of hypodermic needles.
You know, I used to raise carnivorous plants. This is just a whole different level of torture. I'm so sorry, whoever has come into contact with this.
Waiting to stab you and break off inside your skin if
Thank you, Vincent. That's exactly right. Gibby, that's what his name is. Thank you. I was just like, I swear to God, there was something there.
you so much as brush them. Once inside you, these needles will inject you with, I am not kidding, neurotoxin and cause absolutely excruciating pain. I mean, like comedic levels of pain. With one person describing it as being covered in hot acid and electrocuted,
Whoa.
and another woman saying
Do not
it
do that,
was
chat.
straight up more painful than childbirth, and she'd given birth 4 times. And the fucked up part is, the neurotoxin isn't even lethal. So this spiteful cunt of a plant is hurting you purely for the love of the game. Mind you, there are reports of people saying getting stung by this thing is actually worse than being put in the ground. This is because Groot's little hellspawn cousin here can...
Why are people testing it? Why? Like, my arm. What is wrong with people?
And continue hurting you for literal years after being
You essentially will acquire a chronic illness. It's gonna torture you for years.
stung. This is because those thousands of little hypodermic needles are actually made out of silicon, meaning your body can't break them down. And with how thin they are,
That is so smart. Mother Nature in developing that crazy nonsense is so fucking smart. Since it's not biodegradable. Yikes.
skin will usually close up over the top of them, meaning that these neurotoxin-emitting slivers can sit inside your skin for literal years, releasing more neurotoxin any time that they're moved or disturbed. This constant, chronic, agonizing pain is so unbelievably bad that there have even been records of, trying not to get banned here, people Alt F4ing existence to make it stop. This particular
This is a topic podcast. Okay, note to self. Bring that up later. What the fuck? Yep. Chronic illness be like that. I can understand. Well, when you suffer for a long period of time, you can't make it stop.
incident came from a man who accidentally used one of the plant leaves as toilet paper.
No!
I don't think it gets much worse than neurotoxin to the nuts. Crocodiles are just
As toilet paper? What the fuck? Why?
dinosaurs that forgot to go extinct. I am dead serious, and I cannot think of a croc species to better make my point than the saltwater crocodile, a species native to the land down under, and shocking absolutely no one, yes, it can and will eat you. You see, keeping on theme with the whole forgetting to go extinct thing,
I have a soft spot for my crockies and my caimans and my alligators. They're so cute. Yes, I have 100% played around with crocodiles. I do not advise this chat. Thailand had a crocodile farm. Don't judge me. Well, you can judge me. I don't care. They're so cute. I just wouldn't fuck with them in the wild. That has no.
the salty stat spread just feels like something that
gators
should
are
have been
cute
patched
too.
out with the rest of Jurassic Park, starting with their ridiculous size. You see, salties are the
I don't know what game that music and asset is from. I don't know if it's like, I feel like it's a Souls game. I could be totally wrong. I probably am wrong. It's some boss music, but it's just the emerging of Dark Souls 3. Thank you. Thank you. It's so amazing.
largest reptile on the planet, coming in at a total of 6 meters long with a maximum weight of 1,100 kilos, which makes this murder lizard genuinely longer than my car. And the fucked up part is that despite being longer than my ute, they are for some reason absolute masters of stealth. You see, crocs are ambush predators, which is a scientific way of saying they are dirty campers.
Do I want to know why that content creator was snuck in there for a second? I'm just keep going. Okay.
You see, they've got 2 raised eyes that sit on the top of their heads, which means they can submerge their Ford Falcon-sized frame basically entirely under the water without sacrificing the ability to spot whatever they are looking to turn into a Happy Meal. And from your perspective as the Happy Meal, they are really difficult to see.
That's crazy, chat. That's actually pretty fucking crazy. Like that is crazy. Yeah, I can't even tell you people who just be walking who miss things on the side of the road. That is the difference between life and death. That's crazy.
Which makes it very easy to walk just a little too close and get bitten in half by that hydraulic press that they call a mouth.
That's why I love
Nestle Crunch.
That's right, just like any good camper,
That's a
these
good
scaly
snap.
arseholes are packing a one-shot in the form of one of the highest bite forces of any animal on the f***ing planet, having been recorded at putting out a maximum of 3,700 psi of force through their jaws. To put that into context, your skull will crack at 1100 psi, so a croc would pop your head like a watermelon. And if you don't immediately get folded by the first bite, those jaws will latch onto you as the croc begins a death roll.
The death roll! We love Croc's death rolls. Those are the best. It's spin. You know what? One thing a croc can do that I can't is spin like that. I would get so fucking dizzy. I get dizzy just looking to my side screen. This boy be spinning like nobody's business. I don't know what in their right mind allows them to spin like that crazy, but props to them.
Spinning its ton of body weight like a washing
Spin
machine
to
until
win.
whatever part of you it has decided to eat snaps off and is added to its protein goals. But the best thing about the crocodile is their build is so fucking good. They have genuinely been around with very little evolutionary change for 65 million years.
Damn.
Which means I grew up watching Steve Irwin wrestle dinosaurs for fun. Rest in peace, you absolute fucking legend.
I miss Steve Irwin. He has such a beautiful family and they're doing so well. I love how much he contributed to like animal conservation, man. It's great.
Koalas are really dumb.
I paused at the wrong time. Yes, moment of silence for Steve Irwin. I think this was the wrong frame to pause in, but don't worry about it.
In fact, Australia's fuzzy icon is probably the dumbest thing on the planet. And that stupidity starts with their diet, because of all the things they could have chosen to eat, they chose to eat nothing but straight up poison.
Oh, eucalyptus, right?
Koalas feed exclusively on eucalyptus leaves,
Yep.
which, shocking no one, are highly toxic, because they are full to the brim with eucalypt oil, which is so fucking poisonous that as little as 3.75 mil is enough to land you in the afterlife, with the Reaper asking you why the fuck you felt the need to eat a leaf.
Why?
Oh, it's also highly flammable and burns like napalm, because Australia. Now, despite nature putting up this giant do not eat sign,
I'm just gonna look real quick. It's so funny. Like the inactive ingredients for one of the things I use all the time is eucalyptus oil, lavender oil, and peppermint oil. Someone was like, isn't that really poisonous? I'm like, yeah, it's probably why it says for external use only.
that did not stop the koala, because he can't fucking read. This suboptimal bulking diet not only gives the koala fuck all in the way of nutrition, but also requires their body to rest to filter out the toxins so they don't fucking cark it. Meaning they need to spend upwards of 18 hours a day sleeping in order
like
to
a
just
cat.
digest their fucking food.
But not for that reason.
These dumbasses spend most of their life in a food coma. That is, however, if they even get to the food to begin with, because they are so mind-numbingly brain dead that they will not recognize a eucalyptus leaf as food unless it is on the branch. I could give this dumbass a lifetime supply of food, and if it wasn't on a stick, he would starve to death. It should come as no surprise to you at this point that the koala has such an esky temperature IQ that they literally have a smooth brain. The thoughts slide right off of this dumb c***.
Is that where that meme comes from? Is that where that meme comes from? Smooth brain? You just no thoughts? No thoughts? Oh my god. What the fuck? I'm learning, chat. I'm learning.
I love him.
Oh, Lord. How are you still alive?
This wasp is basically a xenomorph. Introducing the tarantula hawk wasp, possibly one of the most nightmare-inducing insects on the planet. And the reason it's such a threat to your mental health is because its hunting and reproduction strategy is ripped straight from Ellen Ripley's autobiography. But...
Okay, so I haven't seen this yet. I was gonna say wasps are technically really great pest control, so this is gonna be fun. I wonder what it's going to lay its eggs in.
Before we get to the strats, you're gonna have to learn a little bit about it first. Native to Australia, because of course it fucking is.
You hear those spiders dancing? Let's go.
This fucker is the largest
Oh, I made
wasp
myself dizzy.
on
Fuck.
the planet, coming in at a massive 2.5 inches, which, I mean, boys, we would all agree, well above average, right? Huge. And this is probably the most effective 2 inches has ever been because it has the second most painful sting of any insect on the planet, coming in just barely behind the bullet ant. Pack and a half-inch stinger with a potent venom that has been described as blinding, debilitating, and electric. Now, the size and poison aren't just for nothing, because as the name tarantula hawk wasp suggests, they are purpose-built, genetically perfect killing machines designed specifically to violate spiders, making Australia basically an all-you-can-eat buffet for them. But they don't just execute the spiders. No, that'd be too normal. Hawk wasps use spiders to reproduce in one of the most horrific ways possible. And that all starts with a female hawk wasp hunting down a tarantula. As the buff bulging spider takes a wrong turn down a dark alley, the hawk wasp, noticing the 8 sets of TNs on his feet, proceeds to fucking jump him. Flying down from above to land a sting into the spider's abdomen, instantly and permanently paralyzing it. The Bug Harbor Butcher then proceeds to drag the still completely conscious and aware spider into an isolated kill room, which is where the
His little mitts got dragged down. I'm so sorry. Rest in peace, Spooner.
f***ed up part really begins. Because our wasp isn't hungry. It's pregnant.
It targets pregnant spiders? That's fucked.
It proceeds to lay its egg on the paralyzed spider's abdomen. After about 3 to 4 days, that egg hatches into a larvae. A very, very hungry larvae. Fortunately, there's a whole bunch of fresh fruit right here underneath them.
Oh, that's so fucked!
That food being the still paralyzed.
Oh, okay. So the wasp is pregnant, not the spider. Okay. I thought the wasp targets pregnant spiders because the eggs of the spiders were the food. But okay.
Still very conscious and aware spider. The larvae burrows into the spider's abdomen and gets to work converting it into a KFC family bucket. Consuming it from the inside
definitely
out,
wasp.
purposely avoiding vital organs
The
to
wasp
keep
does
the
not
food
discriminate.
nice and fresh.
Nice, understood.
After it's done consuming a living being, the larvae breaks forth from the demolished corpse like a fucking chestburster and fucks off to continue the generational arachnid violation. Anywho, good luck getting any sleep tonight.
I'm so sorry, spider. I guess that's your predator. Yikes, man. But at least it doesn't discriminate. You're just a place for it to lay eggs.
A gorilla can't beat 100 men in a fight. He gets jumped. But that begs the question, which animal does win? And the answer,
hippo?
Stepping into the ring at 5 meters long and weighing
the hippo is like the deadliest animal from my understanding.
4,500 kilos, I present to you the hippopotamus.
Oh, so cute. I love it, yes!
Hippo causing a
Smash.
100 long line at the
Fucking
gate
smash.
after a fight
Nintendo
is
smash.
honestly pretty plausible. You see, despite the fantastic PR work Moo
Oh,
Gang has
she's a
done for the
white
hippopotamus
boy.
community,
Damn.
doesn't change the fact that Moto here is a sentient Ford F-150, the temperament of a fucking serial killer who can win this fight for one very specific reason. You can't fucking hurt it. Yeah. You say the hippopotamus...
I haven't heard that even often. Oh my god. I still don't know why a kid does that, but yeah, oh my god.
is possibly the tankiest land animal on the fucking planet.
Oh no, because it's the Smash Brothers sound. Can you not hear it in the background? It's the Smash Brothers sound. I'm not saying smash the hippo. I'm not looking to lay with the hippo. What the fuck?
Packing an unbelievably thick 2 inch
Crazy.
high. Now look, we all know 2 inches is a lot, especially in the sheets, but in the streets of the African savannah, this makes them practically Don't believe me? Here is a hippopotamus walking away from 10 lions trying to convert it into a family meal.
It's like, leave me
Notice how the
alone.
hippopotamus does not give a single fuck. If Mufasa and his extended family can't hurt it, neither can you. However, don't let the fact that it's walking away fool you here. The hippopotamus is not a peaceful animal. They are, in fact, violent, psychopathic, 4.5-ton thundercats that can and will bite you in half.
The bite
A
of
hippo's
babies.
jaw produces 2,000 psi of pure crushing force. So if he catches your ass, you are the watermelon. And as if the hydraulic press wasn't bad enough, don't forget they've got
He was the bite of
20-inch fangs in that mouth that'll put a
Jesus.
hole in you big enough to stick your f***ing arm through. But honestly,
Damn.
the bite doesn't even f***ing matter. It weighs 4.5 tons and can run at 30k an hour. Getting
You
hit
are
by
fucked.
a charging hippo is like
Yep.
getting hit by a f***ing bus. There is no way we are...
They put that poor person. The bus. That poor person. No, if it wants you, you dead. No.
winning a fight against something that could probably take out 10 people just by rolling over. In summary, don't f with the hungry hippo.
Oh my god.
Komodo dragons are horror villains. I mean,
I love
seriously,
Komodo
this
dragons.
industrial-sized lizard is easily one of the biggest assholes in the animal kingdom when it comes to hunting methods, packing a PhD in suffering and a double degree in biological warfare purely because they cannot be expending effort to hunt. You see, Godzilla's little cousin here is the largest lizard in the world, weighing up to 166 kilos and being a full 3.13 meters in length.
I did not realize that they got that big. For some weird reason, I thought they were smaller. I did not realize they got that big, and they definitely weigh more than humans. Holy shit.
Which means, for the short kings in my audience, if you're brave enough,
Why does he look like that? Why does he look like that? I don't understand this meme. He's so small. I used to like hear about him like getting really upset and he had anger issues, but I had no idea why he looked like that. African carnivores will nourish baby hippos because they know if they hurt them, they'd be torn in half by a very angry mother hippo. Ooh, that's fair. That's fair. Climb the mountain. No.
banger mode of transport right there. Now,
No.
being the reptile equivalent of a Cadillac Escalade means that the Komodo dragon needs to consume a lot of calories to keep that bulk going. However, rather than using that bulk to proactively chase down and body slam its prey, they can take down prey 3 times their size because as if being a reptilian tank was not enough, they are also venomous. And this isn't
That
just
part
your
I knew.
run-of-the-mill snake venom that, you know, gives you a nice quick 15-minute death. No. A Komodo hunt starts with it running up to its prey and giving it a nice big chomp on the leg, injecting it with hemorrhagic venom. After biting, the Komodo dragon off and just sits there watching.
Waits
The
you,
confused
yeah.
and bewildered animal runs off into the forest, leaking blood, allowing that Komodo
Yep,
dragon
now
to
it gets to
track
trail
like a
you.
DoorDash order. A week goes by, and that bite wound isn't closing because hemorrhagic venom prevents blood clots. So the animal is still slowly bleeding out, and the Komodo is still watching. More time
Oh my God.
passes. That bite wound gets infected because Komodos are carrion feeders, meaning that the inside of their mouth is full of
Ooh.
enough rotting flesh and bacteria to give Asmongold a run
Yikes.
for his money. The infection begins to drain the animal's strength, and the
Oh no, not the
Komodo
Scarlet
is
Rat!
still watching. Another week passes, the
2
infection
weeks?
has spread, and the flesh has begun to rot. And you
That's
best
just-
believe
ugh.
that gas lizard is still there watching like he's waiting
Right.
for his meal to heat up in the microwave. Once the bleeding, disease-ridden animal becomes too exhausted to move on its own and collapses, the Komodo strolls over and eats it alive, shredding it into chunks if
Damn.
it's larger, or if it's small enough, swallowing it whole as it screams on the way down. Even for me, man, that's
That is the definition of a glutton, and that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my god.
This is the deadliest snake in the world. Introducing the inland taipan, and being the deadliest venom noodle in the world, I will give you exactly one guess as to where it's found.
Australia.
It's Australia, of course it's in Australia. Be so serious here. Where the else did you think you were going to find it? Canada? More specifically, as the name suggests, the taipan is found inland in the outback. Luckily, extremely far from civilization, because this homicidal
Wait, why are they saying that freaking Australia is Caelid? That's so sad. Why?
hospital hose is the definition of size doesn't matter, because despite having extremely small fangs for a venomous snake, coming in at only 6.2 millimeters, the taipan is here to show you that you absolutely can feel less than an inch, because those fangs contain the statistically deadliest snake venom on the fucking planet.
That boy's like... This little guy here is so upset. He's like, I'm gonna destroy your whole lineage! This is like very much Short King vibes right here. I'm so sorry, Snake.
Yeah, taipan venom is a pina colada of pain, containing, but not limited to, hemotoxins to cause blood clots, myotoxins for paralysis and necrosis, nephrotoxins to shut down your kidneys, and 3 different kinds of neurotoxin. Needless to say, if it bites you, you will...
Do Australian poisonous animals, sorry, venomous animals, do the venomous animals of Australia, I just need to get this fucking thought out, specialize in neurotoxins or just this short? This compilation of short just seems like a lot of neurotoxins.
Get a headache, vomit up the entire contents of your stomach, collapse to the ground in agonizing pain, and then your heart and lungs will stop, sending you to meet God in under 15 minutes.
That's a lot.
And that venom is so fucking potent that one bite contains enough toxin to do that to 100 people. But the funniest part of this snake's venom is that in the wild, they only hunt rats and fucking mice. The deadliest venom on the planet, and they are using it to pack up Remy the rat. It's like hunting a rabbit with a fucking AWP.
That's the cutest f***ing thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Counter-terrorists win.
I've seen so many people react to that clip, so I can never react to that clip because I feel like I'm gonna know what's coming. Fuck. I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
This adorable little octopus
Oh, is that the blue ring
is also
octopus?
the world's deadliest. Introducing the blue-ringed octopus,
Yeah!
a species of cephalopod native to Australia, and in a shock to precisely
I feel like
zero
I know
people
most
at
of
this
these,
point,
but it's so really
it's
cool.
venomous. Because of course it's fucking
Yeah, don't
venomous.
touch it. Don't
Why
fucking touch
wouldn't
it.
be venomous?
Don't let
That'd
it-
make
oh my
life
God.
Way too
Don't let it
fucking
on you, don't
now,
touch it.
To its credit, unlike most of the toxic bullshit in this hellscape I call home, they at least have the common decency to be coloured like a fucking neon sign.
Yeah, I was gonna say
However,
they're at
it
least
immediately
bright.
loses this credit by being the octopus equivalent of a fucking hobbit, coming in smaller than a 50-cent coin. And this is a problem, because it is the most venomous octopus in the world. That's right, this fluoro spaghetti ball
Jesus.
is packed to the brim with neurotoxin, more specifically tetrodotoxin. You know, the same that turns cooking a pufferfish into a quick time event. Yeah, these little guys are packing it too. However, because it is Australian, the blue-ringed octopus is on violence timing and is the only animal in the world to use this as an offensive measure by way of a venomous bite.
Oh,
but
no.
what does the venom actually do? Well, imagine you're wading through the rock pools with the homies and you accidentally disturb this little gentleman's residence. The blue ring, taking the American approach to home defense, suctions onto your leg and bites you. Best part, it's completely painless. So if you're distracted by how thick your mate's looking in those Speedos, you aren't going to feel shit.
Is that?
Looking in those Speedos, you aren't going to feel shit. That is, until your face starts tingling like TV static. It's warm out here under the sun, but you weren't sweating like this
Okay,
5
it is.
minutes
Speaking
ago,
of cool.
and now you got a headache. You start to feel sick, weak. You go to call out, but your voice comes out slurred like you just knocked back a bottle of vodka.
Oh, no. Oh, this meme.
And then suddenly, your legs come out from under you, and you hit the beach. Fun fact about tetrodotoxin. It's a paralytic. Freezes up your muscles one by one, starting with your arms and legs, which is why you're kissing the sand. You know what else is a muscle? Your diaphragm, the muscle that controls your breathing. And
Oh, no.
turns those bad boys off too. And so, your chest stops rising and falling, and you suffocate to death right there on the beach. Now, you may be wondering, how come no one called an ambulance? That's easy. They didn't have time to. You went up to meet your ancestors in under 20 minutes. God ordered your ass with same-day shipping, and this little fucker delivered. Employee of the month.
I forget how venomous that thing is. Damn. Sorry, poisonous. Jesus.
This shrimp can cause explosions.
Oh my god, it's so fucking cute. I want it, chat. I want it. It's mine. I want it.
Oceans.
My main goal is to blow up.
Introducing the mantis shrimp, native to the West Indo-Pacific Ocean,
the mantis
and possibly the coolest crustacean under the sea. Because this fluorescent armored sausage is actually a voracious, bloodthirsty predator rocking enough surveillance equipment to scare the CIA with a weapon powerful enough to surpass Metal Gear.
Oh,
So,
wow.
the mantis shrimp is a highly effective predator, and they find and track their prey
Oh
with
my
easily
God.
the most advanced set of eyes on the fucking planet. First off, each of these eye stalks can rotate independently.
The way those eyes look like they're squinting, I can't say what I want to say, but damn. Like, actually, when you think about it, if you have an armadillo shell and you, like, gloss it over, that's what it looks like to me. You know what I'm talking about? Like the armadillo shells? Like, that's what those eyes look like.
Like a periscope, giving them a full 360 degrees of vision. However, more importantly, they can see colours we can't. You see, the mantis shrimp's eyes contain a full 15 photoreceptor cones compared to our...
My brain never comprehended the fact that there are additional colors. That's actually really fucking cool. Interesting.
3, which is a fancy way of saying they can see in 16K HDR with ray tracing enabled at 500 render distance.
Jesus.
Now, not only is the visual clarity unmatched, they can also see into the infrared and ultraviolet light spectrums. And despite
wow.
all of this, they still can't find who asked. What they can, however, find is their next meal. The mantis shrimp subsists on a diet of fish, worms, squidward, and, most importantly, Mr. Krabs. Now, crabs famously exist inside of a defensive shell. So, how does this polite little gentleman break into the shell? Simple. He throws hands.
He fights them?
Weighing in at only 90 grams and 38 centimeters in length, the mantis shrimp has a punch that produces 15,000 newtons of force.
Oh
That
my
is
God.
176 newtons per gram. So if a human was capable of that same kind of force, a right hook from someone who weighs 80 kilo would be like getting hit in the face with 6 sticks of dynamite. Now, to
Holy
produce
shit.
that force, its claw needs to be moving at 83 kilometers an hour, which is so fast it creates a vacuum in the water called a cavitation bubble, which then immediately collapses at such a speed it creates a miniature explosion that flashbangs the target and reaches a temperature hotter than the surface of the sun. Mr.
Holy
Krabs
shit.
is getting f***ing disintegrated.
Money, money, money.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Most snails aren't scary, except for this one. This one's Australian.
The lead up. Most sales aren't scary, except this one's Australian. What the fuck? Hi, lovely. Welcome in.
Introducing the cone snail, an aquatic mollusk native to the land down under. And as seems to be the requirement when sharing your postcode with a kangaroo, you guessed it.
I don't know what it is, but I've seen some kangaroos, man, and those fuckers punch. They punch hard. God. Just throwing into people's stuff. We're like, we don't care, you have a fence. Through the fence!
It can quite easily cause your next snap to be in a coffin. And the way it can achieve it is this bad boy right here. You see, despite most snails having a reputation for being slow goobers that get folded by a salt shaker, the cone snail is a highly effective ambush predator. And you may be wondering, how the fuck does a creature that moves slower than the GTA 6 development cycle hunt anything? Well, that's simple. It has a grappling hook. That's right, Gary's murderous little cousin here is a roadhog, mate.
Ooh.
And he hunts by slowly but surely stalking up on his prey until he's just within range, and then bang! The cone snail does a quarter circle input, spitting out a toothed harpoon at 90 kilometers an hour.
I can't say what I want to say.
Nails its prey, allowing them to reel it in like he's playing Scorpion. And in case that wasn't bad enough, as seems to be a requirement for spawning on Australian servers, it's venomous. That harpoon also injects its prey with a highly potent neurotoxin that instantly paralyzes it. This means
another
it cannot put up a
neurotoxin.
fight as it is sucked into the snail's ginormous maw like a nightmarish version of Kirby.
Ah,
And, just in case you thought for once you might be safe, cone snail venom is potent enough to kill 700 people with one sting. Oh, yeah, and there's no anti-venom. Because it's not enough that it can kill me. No, I have to die knowing there is zero counterplay. Who balanced this
Oh, no! No. Oh, damn.
If you see this thing T-pose, run.
Is this why you have the T-posing anteater everywhere? Oh my god, that's great.
Introducing the anteater, a goofy little creature native to Brazil, and to understand why the absolute stance on this bad boy is a threat to your health, you're going to have to understand a little about his lifestyle first. Now listen, I know this may come as a shock to you, but the anteater eats ants. And weighing in at 40 kilos and 1.8 meters in length, he needs to consume upwards of 40,000 ants per day. Now, in order to help him hit his bulking goals, the anteater has a mystery mouse tool stored inside that XL sniffer. A 60 centimeter long tongue, designed to snake its way down an ant colony's tunnel network, smash into their living room, and abduct the entire cast of bugs like
exactly what that tongue do.
However, what that tongue do only goes so far, as an ant colony can extend up to 4 meters underground, and termites live in high-rises, which means our boy here is going to have to do a little excavation to get to the goods. But last I checked, an anteater can't go down to Bunnings and buy a shovel. So how does he dig? Oh, that's simple, with the combat knives he has for claws. Yeah, anteaters are permanently cosplaying Freddy Krueger with a set of 4-inch claws, which, proving the effectiveness of a few inches, can crack through f***ing concrete. Now, these work great for digging, but they are also more than capable of flatlining you. When threatened, the anteater will rear up into a defensive T-pose. This is your sign, if you are smart, to turn around and f*** all the way off. If, however, you were, say, some dumbass trophy hunter who really felt the need to try and stab an animal for no reason other than ego, the anteater will swipe at you with those claws, which are at the perfect height to nail you in a thigh, slip through your flesh like butter, and sever your femoral artery, causing you to bleed out in 2 minutes while the anteater watches you go meet your ancestors. Can you imagine having to explain to your ancestors who felled woolly mammoths you got your shit packed up by the most unserious creature on the planet hitting a T-pose?
Oh my god.
Australia's scariest spider is hiding a deep secret. But what is it? Well, introducing the Huntsman, native to the land down under, and the #1 cause of tourists absolutely shitting themselves on camera.
I also have a Huntsman keyboard.
Look, in defense of said tourists, I will be the first to admit, yeah, this looks scarier than a f***ing job application. Those gangly ass legs and the hair make him look like Slender Man's testicle. Now, as if having a...
That was rude. What the fuck? What the fuck?
negative charisma stat wasn't bad enough, I regret to inform you that the Huntsman spider grows up to 30 fucking centimeters in size, making it the largest spider on the planet by leg span and legally allowing Subway to market him as a foot long.
Ooh,
now, being the spider equivalent of a Ford F-150, you'd think he'd have the common decency to be slow, you know, tank build.
No.
Unfortunately, the Huntsman is fucking turbocharged. Now, it's usually at this point in the video that I would inform you that he is also highly venomous, because it's Australia. However, that's his big secret. The Huntsman is a big sweetheart. You see, despite looking like an SCP, Huntsmen are incredibly timid, and on the rare occasion they do bite, their venom is harmless. In fact, seeing one of these bad boys in your house is a blessing in disguise, because if you see a Huntsman in your home, I guarantee you won't see any annoying ass flies or mosquitoes, because he's eaten them. You see, he understands he's big enough that he should be paying rent, and so he contributes to the household in pest control.
I believe it. I
personally have had one of these bad boys as an 8-legged roommate, and I can tell you they're pretty good company. Except for the part where they cause car crashes.
What?
Yeah, you see, Huntsmen like to hide in tight spaces and cracks, and they do it by flattening out their body to fit into the gap. Now, in the house, that usually means you'll just find them behind a painting, but when you're flying down the highway at 110k an hour and decide to flip down the sun visor because God is trying to flashbang you...
Oh, no!
Yeah, they like to sleep in there and you've just dropped one into your lap.
Ooh.
Now, whatever you do, don't panic or you're going to crash the...
Yeah.